respected Principal Reverend Sister Lindsay Valiaplakal, the distinguished Principal of the school, Reverend Sister Linz Alakal, Father Morley Kaitaparambil, PTA President Mr. Umar Sharif, some of the marvelous students whom we've already seen on stage, Ataf Najiba, the school leader, Meenakshi Nair, Julia Ansaji, who are yet to come, Vaiga S. Kumar, school leader of the HS, distinguished teachers, faculty, parents, students, friends. I hope that covers everybody. Ellarukkum ende vinidamaya namaskaram. It really is a pleasure to be here on such a special occasion, your Diamond Jubilee. For any institution to last 60 years is no small achievement. Institutions are established with a lot of hopes, but many of them fail to develop roots and to be of enough value to survive and be sustained. But when Nirmala Bhavan can look back on having nurtured 2.5 generations of young people who have gone through this school, who have come out into the world, that is a matter of great satisfaction to all of us. I am particularly privileged that you have given me the opportunity to address you all on such a very important occasion as your 60th anniversary. My congratulations to the principal, to all those associated with the school, and all those who have built it up in the last 60 years. Congratulations, Nirmala Bhavan. A school, as I often tell children, is a place where you not only study and learn in the classroom, it is also the place where you grow up. A school is where a child comes, often like these little ones, at a few years of age, and if they're lucky, they continue all the way to the school leaving stage, and in the process, they grow up as human beings. They learn in the classroom from the textbooks and the teachers, but they also learn from life. They learn how to speak to their elders, how to understand the teachers and to question them. They learn how to get along with their playmates and classmates. They learn how to deal with seniors and also with youngers as they grow older. And in the process, this growing up makes a person out of each of you. The school is not only responsible for producing a good student, a school is also responsible for producing a complete human being, and a human being who ideally will be a good citizen of our society and our country. That is where Nirmala Bhavan scores, because the sisters have long had a reputation for instilling values and moral character and principles of ethics in their children. Even while, as we heard and saw in this lovely annual report, encouraging all sorts of activities inside and outside the classroom, extracurricular activities, dance, music, sports, and what I liked particularly was a consciousness of the larger society around them. Everything from Jackfruit Day to Ozone Day, awareness of a fruit that is so common that everyone took it for granted in Kerala, to the importance of the environment and clean air, and why protecting the ozone layer is a responsibility for all of us, one that's sad to say in North India, many adults have failed to maintain. One of the reasons I find it all the more satisfying to be in Thiruvananthapuram is because the air in Delhi is truly unbreathable from November to February. Unbreathable. The World Health Organization says that air pollutants, which give you air quality, are so great that the safe limit of 15 to 25 is what they call the maximum permissible area of particular matter in the air. When it goes above 25, they consider it poor air quality. When they get above 50, it becomes very serious. In Delhi, when I was last there a couple of weeks ago, the air quality was over 900. Can you imagine? 20 times worse than what the worst air quality that the World Health Organization recommends. So children, remember that the air we breathe, the ozone layer that we protect, is something that safeguards all of us. Every child growing up in Delhi breathing this air will live 10 to 15 years less than a child growing up in Thiruvananthapuram. That is how bad things have become. So the environment is not just a fad preoccupation. It is a matter of your own life and health and quality of living. But as I was saying, school is where you grow up, but grow up into a world that is full of uncertainties. I often point out to teachers, and I know some of the teachers are here, that there is no point in the 21st century in teaching children what to think. You must teach children how to think. Why do I say that? Because when I went to school, it was already a very out-of-date practice. But we were taught the importance of memorization. We were taught out of textbooks. We had to learn poems by heart, lines of literature by heart, mathematical formulae by heart, historical dates by heart. And every examination became a test of memory. How do we churn out, regurgitating onto the paper, what the teachers and the textbooks have drilled into our heads, have filled our heads with? But that, as I said, was already out of date when I was at school. It's even more out of date in the world into which the children of the school will emerge. Because sadly, in the 21st century, you don't need a well-filled mind anymore. Anything you've forgotten, anything you need to know, you can find with 2 clicks of a mouse on a computer or 1 glance at your mobile phone. And most people manage that way. If they've forgotten a quote, they've forgotten a date, they've forgotten a formula, that's how they'll solve it. So a well-filled mind is no longer of any use. What matters is a well-formed mind. How do you get a well-formed mind? By being encouraged in school how to think. By being made to reflect not only on why something is, but why not something else is. By being able to grasp unfamiliar concepts by using your minds to think about them. It becomes very important then for teachers to encourage creativity, to encourage original thinking, because that's all that's going to matter when they leave the school. The Oxford Martin School did a study recently and said that 30% of the jobs in the world in 2030, 30% of the jobs just 6 years from now will be jobs that do not exist today. How do you prepare children for jobs that don't exist? There's nothing in any textbook about them because the jobs haven't been invented. But so rapid is the progress of change, so rapid is technology evolving, that inevitably people are going to invent new jobs, and those kids who are now in class 11 and 12 here will have finished college and be looking for work. And you should have given them a grounding here that enables them to equip themselves to cope with that world of 2030 and beyond. And for that, they need to be able to understand how to think. How do you grasp unfamiliar information and figure out an approach to it? How do you take a problem you haven't solved before, but have the confidence to find a way into solving it? These are the questions that a good education must prepare our children for. Don't get children just to memorize from a textbook or to repeat what a teacher has told them. Get the children to think for themselves. When you've taught a subject in class, get 2 children to come and debate it. The next time, get 2 other children to come. Let them talk to each other. Let them be challenged with each other, but let us also understand that it is only in this way that they will independently grasp these concepts. Increasingly, we have to move towards a world where the way it always was is not a good enough answer. Yes, for some things, there is no change. The sun always rises in the east and always sets in the west. That won't change through technology. There's no doubt about that. Or if you drop an apple from the highest floor of the school, it'll fall to the ground. Newton talked about the law of gravity a very long time ago. That won't change. But there are many things that can change. And changes will come because people know how to reimagine old established ways of doing things. For 150 years, glasses, if you needed to see with the help of glasses, glasses would sit on your nose and hang around your ears. And people like me who found that uncomfortable hated ever having to wear glasses. I think in some of the videos that pictures you showed in that lovely video, I was wearing glasses in the old days. Today, I don't need to wear glasses of that type anymore, because if I need to see anyone at a distance, I only need glasses for distance. I just lift up what's hanging around my neck, and it clicks in place with two magnets in the middle, and I can see people at the back. Now, that may not seem terribly clever to anyone, but it is clever because it is a means of reimagining something that for 150 years has always been made in one way. Somebody thought of a new way of making something as commonplace as glasses to see through. And that is why people talk about the importance of out-of-the-box thinking. What is out-of-the-box thinking? The box is conventional wisdom. It's what has always been done all the time, every time. Out of the box is new ways of thinking, new ways of doing. And that is the quality that is going to be most valuable in the 21st century world. Remember, change will come. Artificial intelligence is upon us. Things that only human beings could do are now being done by a computer. Human beings don't become irrelevant, but they learn, and they must learn, how to use these new tools to strengthen themselves. One of the things I always tell children, because it disappoints me when I meet young people, the children or grandchildren of my friends, and they seem to think that books are only something for the school and for homework. They're wrong. Books are important as sources of pleasure, and books are what help you to think. After all, let's say you enjoy a story, a Harry Potter novel, whatever it may be, and you're excited to go and see the movie. What is the difference between seeing the same story on a screen and seeing it in a book? I'll tell you. On the screen, your mind is not working at all. Your mind is passively watching somebody else's imagination. When you are reading a book, you are imagining the characters. You're imagining what they might look like, how their voice may sound, how high they are, how they move, how they talk. You are imagining the scene described by the author. You are imagining the setting, the scenery, where the sun is shining. You are imagining the furnishings in the room. Your mind is working. You are engaging with the text. When you see it on a screen, all that work has already been done. The actor looks the way the actor looks. The director tells them to behave the way they should. The producer has found the set and the scene. And you're not imagining anything anymore because you're just seeing it. That kind of passive engagement is of no use to stimulate your mind. It may relax you, but doesn't help you. Reading the same story makes you think and imagine all these things. Your mind is working, and your mind therefore imbibes new sources of information. When I was sitting here, Sister Linz told me, "Can you tell the children a new word?" So I'm going to tell you not a new word, but an old word, which is the best way you will learn new words. And what is that old word? Very simple. Read. If you learn to read and you read widely, you will acquire a lot of new words as well. When you come across the same word in 2 or 3 different books, you won't need to look up a dictionary, because from the context, you will understand what the word means, how it is used, what the nuances are of its usage. And therefore, read is the word that I want you all to take very seriously. And I tell parents here, don't tell the children what to read. Let them read whatever they enjoy. Let them find in reading pleasure. Because already the school is making them read for schoolwork and exams and homework. Let them read at home for sheer enjoyment. Let them read adventures, let them read children's stories. It doesn't matter. But they should read. If all they're interested in is football or cricket, let them read books about football and cricket. Even those exist. But in the process, they will discover what stimulates their minds, what engages them in the world. And that is the best way, not just to acquire new words, Sister Linz, but also to expand their minds, to acquire a greater consciousness of the world around them. I'm confident that Nirmala Bhavan will encourage all the very qualities I've talked about. For 60 years, you have produced good citizens of our country, people who have contributed, young women and now not so young women, because the first batch passed out many, many decades ago. But they have all contributed to the well-being of our society. They have in turn nurtured new generations to come to your school. So I want to express once again my warmest congratulations on your Diamond Jubilee. May Nirmala Bhavan continue to excel and prosper, and in the remaining years, may you grow so that when the centenary rolls around, a future Udghadagan will come here and talk about the wonderful achievements of this very special school. I congratulate all of you. അച്ഛനമ്മമാരോട് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് എൻ്റെ ഒരു അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ പറയട്ടെ. ഇത്ര നല്ല സ്കൂളിൽ നിങ്ങൾ കുട്ടികളെ അയച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. എല്ലാ വിധത്തിലും അവർക്ക് ഇതിൻ്റെ ഗുണം അറിയട്ടെ. ഈ നാടിൻ്റെ, ഈ സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെ നല്ല അംഗങ്ങളായിട്ട് വളരട്ടെ എന്ന് കൂടി പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചിട്ട് വലിയ സന്തോഷത്തോടെ ഈ ഡയമണ്ട് ജൂബിലി ആഘോഷത്തിനെ ഞാൻ ഔപചാരികമായി ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം. ജയ് ഹിന്ദ്. ഓൾ ദി ബെസ്റ്റ് നിർമ്മല ഭവൻ.